What up, you little whores? So I bet you guys thought you would never see me again, being that it has been quite some time since my last upload, and I do apologize for that. I've just been very focused on a lot of industry stuff, and since my disappearance from the YouTube, we've been kind of going crazy. We got some snippets, we got some really cool stuff on the way, and a lot of music is coming out very soon. Yeah, that's pretty much where I've been the past couple months. Is low-key been more than a couple months, but I just wanted to come back because I miss y'all, man. I get so many DMs where it's like, Noah, you gotta come back to YouTube, like please come back, like we want to see more videos from you. I just like woke up one day and I was like, bro, you know what, I gotta stop bullshit and stop lacking on you guys and come back to YouTube. So yeah, I just got to be consistent with this again, and that's all I got to say. But I appreciate you guys for all the love and support throughout the course of me doing videos. I really just deeply appreciate you guys, for real. Also, I figured I should note this. My editor Aiden, shout out to you, Aiden. He's been with us since the freaking start, man. Like without Aiden, there would be no Noah YouTube. So very much appreciative of him. But he recently just got a freaking Yeet and Drake song, which is nuts. So you guys go hype him up, follow him on Instagram. Aiden, I love you. I'm so proud of you, bro. This man's not gonna have any fucking time to edit these videos anymore, but shout out to him, bro. That's all jokes. That's all jokes. It just shows you how much could happen if you just put in the work and you stay down. So yeah, very proud of my dog. So without further ado, we're just gonna get straight into this. I don't want to keep rambling and stuff, but we just about to cook up, and yeah. So in today's video, I'm just gonna go over why your drums are ass, bro. Like, I'm not saying that I have like the best drums, but I've definitely developed a good ear for what sounds good. And basically a lot of people's drums just sounds like very robotic, if that makes sense. You gotta realize there's certain drum sounds that sound good for certain loops. You have to be very picky when it comes to picking the right sounds for your stuff. Good to use high quality drum sounds, and you wanna make your beats feel like a human actually made it. You wanna make the beats feel as if you put your heart and soul into this shit. Today I'm just gonna try to go over that, give you guys some tips on what I've done. So with that being said, let's get straight into this. Right here I got a loop from my boy Sahil and Pac. Shout out to Pac, he's in Internet Money. Sahil's from Neela World, so definitely go follow them. So I'm about to play this loop for y'all so you can get a feel for it. So y'all get the vibe. It's very catchy, very melodic, and it's just simple. So when I hear loops like these, I immediately kind of have a bounce in my head. But that develops with time. Coming up with stuff in your head isn't something that's always just gonna be there. But I feel the more beats you make, you start to hear patterns in your head, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You just start to hear stuff. So with this, usually when I start, I like to get a little pattern going. And then for my master, bro, I promise y'all, I use nothing but a soft clipper. This is literally the GOAT. And I bump the highs a little bit and the mids just to give it like an extra, like, I feel like it makes it a little bit louder and a little bit crispy. So with this, when you're going into just making a beat, like, it doesn't really matter how you start. I just kind of like to start with like a clap. I like to go in and fill out what kind of clap I think I should use. By the way, I should note in this video I'm going to be using my chain link drum kit. So if you want the sounds I've been using in all my beats, head over to WAVSUPPLY. I haven't really promoted this kit, but a lot of my friends have loved this kit, so I think I'm gonna put out more drum kits in the future. I'm working on one actually right now. Just stay tuned for that, man. So with the clap or whatever snare, whatever you want to use, just go through, bro, and try to fill it out and get something that you would think would sound good. What's cool about this is, like, it's not good to add so many sounds to the point where like an artist can't even get on it, but it's good to add sounds that matter to the beat but aren't too crazy out there to where it messes up the flow and cadence of the beat. I hear a clap throughout some of it, but then I also hear a snare. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select a snare. As you can see, I kind of put like a snare at the end just because I just feel like it just adds some type of like variation to it. I'm also going to speed this up a little bit. I think like just a couple. So hi-hats, usually after I get the bounce with the claps going, I like to go in and just get a good hi-hat that I think just works really well and just sits with the loop nicely. So this one I'm just gonna use kind of more of a basic hi-hat, but it still has a very clean sound. So going into hi-hats, like it's not good to always do just like a two-step, very basic bounce. You want to add a little bit of sauce to it to where it's like you got some swag, you know, it got some like bounce to it. I'm not saying put like hella rolls and like stuff going crazy, but definitely just include some unique stuff that kind of gives the beat like a nice bounce. So as you can see, the hi-hat, I kind of do like a unique pattern because at the end of every 2 bar, there's kind of like a triplet roll. It's not something I say like put in all your beats, but I just heard this specific bounce for this loop. So after that, I usually like to get in some like open hats or some like percussion. As you can see, I added in this snare at the end to kind of give it that like groove going on into the next bars. So yeah, little stuff like that could stick out a lot. So usually on the one, I like to add crashes. This is just personal preference. You don't have to do this. It's just something I like to do in a lot of my beats. So with the 808s, I feel like that's the most important part of the beat because you always want to make sure that you have 808s that work good and sound very cohesive to the rest of the sounds of the beat. So when it comes to 808s, I like to be pretty selective. I just like to go through a lot of different ones, feel out what works the best. And bro, at the end of the day, there's not really rules to it. Like if a Zay sounds good on a beat, it sounds good, bro. Like it doesn't matter that much. I think I'm gonna pick a different 808. And since this beat kind of has a lot going on with the loop already and there's a lot of moving parts, like it's not something where you have to go crazy on the drums. Like you could already see that the drums fit pretty well with what's going on and there's not really that much more we have to add. But I do like to go in and try to find like some unique perks just to kind of like wrap it up. And then once I find those perks and stuff, I like to go in and map out the beat. And I also like to add a unique like 808 switch up. So I'll explain what that is right now. Bro, that 808 gotta chill, bro. That shit go on forever. I don't know. When I made that 808, I did not think it went on for that long, but you know what? It's all good. When it comes to mapping out a beat, because there wasn't that many drum sounds in this, I kind of like to arrange it in a way to where, like I said before, there's gonna be an 808 switch up, and I also hear like a little hi-hat switch up in this. So I think this is one of those beats where it just has to start. Like there doesn't really need to be an intro. Everything hits all at once. And since this loop kind of doesn't have a lot of low end, you could kind of play around with the 808s in terms of like what is on key and what's not on key, because I feel like I'm not even following the correct quote unquote chord progression for the loop, but all the notes that I have are in key, so it sounds very good. So with the 808 switch up, I like to kind of see what I could do. Sometimes you can't really switch the notes around that much because it might not sound good, but in this beat I kind of hear the notes like completely switching for one point, and it'll still be in key. So I think I might do a pattern like this. So now that I have some of the 808 notes switched up, I'm gonna go in and switch the hi-hat pattern and kind of make it sound a little bit more unique. with arrangement, I don't really do too much. There's just certain areas where you can see I take out some of the sounds, certain areas where I add them back in. It's all based on preference and feeling of what you think would sound good in an arrangement. And then once I have like the proper stuff and I get all the like skeleton of the arrangement down, I just like to kind of duplicate it over 3 times. I don't really complicate it on myself. And usually if you're sending these beats to artists, the engineer or whoever's recording them will just kind of mess with it anyway. So it doesn't really matter. You just got to get a good bass down, a good skeleton of what the arrangement should be, and you should be good to go. So that being said, I kind of hope I taught you guys somewhat of what it is like to pick the right sounds for your beats. I hope you were able to pull something out from this video. I appreciate you guys a lot. Thank you guys for the constant support on the channel. New content on the way. I will be a lot more consistent with this, so just let me know what you guys want to see in the future videos. If you don't follow me on Instagram, Aiden put the @ right here. Please go follow me because I'm always posting on there, trying to get more active. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So I will see you on the next video. Y'all be safe out there, man. Enjoy your time, keep cooking, and shit, man. That's all I gotta say.